Oh, hey there. I didn't see you. You know, as great as Minnesota is with its lakes, wonderful schools, and food on a stick, there are plenty of dangers, risks, and perils. And I'm going to tell you a little story after this. Hey there, I'm Nick Sundahl with Aigta Homes, and this is Minneapolis Living. I make videos about living here in the Twin Cities metro area, as well as the state of Minnesota. And that includes the local real estate market. So if that's the content you're here for, please hit the subscribe button. When you're there, ring the bell. That way you're alerted when I upload new content each week. I know what you're thinking, but this is not one of those videos. This isn't one of those 19 things you need to know before moving to Minneapolis. And it's not, what are the pros and cons of living in the Twin Cities? No. This is actually a true story. This is a story of a client of mine who reached out from out of state because he was watching all the videos that I do about how great it is to live here, which you can as well. You can call, text, email, hit me up on social media, but I'd love to start the conversation with you. Now, back to my client. For privacy purposes, I'm gonna call him Auggie. Auggie decided to move here in the fall, which is a wonderful time to live here because, well, frankly, the weather is so moderate and it's not volatile whatsoever. There's tons of things you can do outside, not to mention bounce around the Twin Cities and the state of Minnesota in general. But he wasn't fully prepared for what was about to happen. Now, in Minnesota, we could get tons of snow, even early on, like we did on Halloween in 1991 when we got 30 plus inches and you get snowed in for days on end. Now, this happened to Auggie. He got snowed in, he wasn't prepared, and frankly, he got a little depressed, which can happen here as well because the days get so short. Now, Auggie turned to the booze and the food, and he got fat. Unfortunately for Auggie, it wasn't COVID, so that there's no such thing as home gyms, and he was brand new to the Twin Cities, so he didn't even know where to go. But that can happen, again, in the winter months because there's not a ton to do. That is, unless you like to ski, snowboard, snowshoe, cross-country ski, ice fish. But Auggie didn't do any of those. He wasn't prepared for all the snow. But he did make a resolution on January 1st to lose the weight and kick the bottle. And he decided to go walking, which is probably a great way to start doing that, kickstart it, right? And you can do that here because we've got so many parks. And you're never more than like 6 miles from a park. And turns out you're also not really that far from water or lakes because we're the land of 10,000 lakes. And Auggie, as he was experiencing going through the parks and on his walks, decided to walk across a lake. Well, that is a danger we know all too well here in Minnesota. You got to be very careful, and Auggie wasn't, and he fell through the ice. Luckily, he was able to get out of that ice, but in turn, it's middle of January, and the temperature can be 10 below, all the way to like 40 below with wind chills. And Auggie wasn't, again, fully prepared. He didn't have the layers and the gloves and the waterproof boots. So he got frostbite, which is a major concern and a major danger here in Minnesota. You do not want to get frostbite. Well, Auggie did, and he had to go to the hospital to get 3 toes removed. Now, he was able to get really great health care, but he's still missing those damn toes. It's now spring, and Auggie is driving to his new job, but the traffic sucks, and because he doesn't have 3 toes, he's driving kind of erratically. Well, Minneapolis PD doesn't like that erratic driving at all. Frankly, they'll pull you over for almost anything. I mean, even your skin color. So he gets pulled over, and he's trying to explain himself, but these police officers, well, they're just not having it. So they shoot him. Now, he doesn't die, but needless to say, he's over the Twin Cities. Hey, you finding this video mildly entertaining? I would love it if you hit that like button. Make sure you leave a comment, but don't forget to subscribe. Now, Auggie decides to leave the Twin Cities metro area and go to more of a quiet space, which you absolutely have the opportunity to do here. I mean, you can go less than an hour away and be in farm country. And there's tons of outdoor activities if you're the outdoorsman type, which Auggie is. He loves to hunt and fish. So I recommended that he get his hunting license and give that a whirl for his first season here. And he does so, but because he's got that stupid limp and he's kind of fat and slow. Another hunter shoots him. So man, he leaves the Twin Cities where he could have been shot by the police or maybe an unsavory character, and he still gets hit by some rube out in the middle of nowhere. Auggie really had a rough time of it. And I don't know if he really took the time to understand the dangers and perils of living in Minnesota, but I will have to say this: at least it's not Wisconsin.